Builders can build on an open platform where they're in control. Creators can bring their creativity on chain and make sure that they're the ones benefiting. Everyone everywhere gets the same access, no matter where you're born, no matter where you live. This is the future of the internet. This is on chain.
Greetings. Welcome once again to an edition of Building on Base, and joined by my buddy, my friend, my mentor in dev as well, and one of our community leaders, Mr. Lloyd. How are you doing, Lloyd?
I'm doing good, Gugu. I'm doing good. How's your day going? Hi, everyone. Hope everyone's having a dope day.
Yeah, my day's been okay, man. Yeah,
Nice.
mine is good. What you
Nice.
been up to in the last few days over the weekend?
Preparing for uh, the base robotics team. I think I'll be submitting tomorrow. And then I was also just playing around with a platform I was building for a hackathon. I had an idea for AI agents, so I thought of just building something out, and I actually managed to build it. So now I need AI agents to test it out. So Google, if your AI agent is up and running, I'll give you a site for it to go play around with. Yeah, I'll show the
My
site
open
as
claw.
well.
I never recovered
Yeah,
it. It's lost. My open claw is out in the wind. After spending $20 on the damn thing, it disappeared. So I have no
it
idea where my AI
disappeared.
agent is. So there needs to be a lost and found somewhere for AI agents that have gone missing.
You know what? It's funny that you don't know where your AI agent is, right? Because the platform that I've been building is actually supposed to uh, give your AI agents um, a sort of like digital immortality, if you can put it that way. So,
Mm,
like the way your AI agent was running from like Emergent, we
mm,
basically extract its personality and basically like its mind or so, and then we can
yeah,
put it in like another open claw and it will still be the exact same AI agent. And like every time you switch them off, they kind of reset, especially if you're playing with like online agents.
yeah.
So yeah, I'll
Mm,
share that um later in the show, and let's
yeah.
send me to share it now, and it's cool with me.
Nice.
Well, you can share
Okay.
it.
Yeah. We can touch base on it and then we
Yeah,
take it from there. Ne?
yeah.
So today we're going to cover, so there are new changes around the Base mini apps, right?
Yeah.
So for anyone who hasn't received
Quite a few
this
changes.
information yet, so Base is like moving away from the Farcast, SDK and the mini app SDK, and
Yeah.
we are now moving to standard web apps. So anyone that's previously built a mini app on Base, you have until the 9th of April to migrate to the new standard, right? And you'll be
Yes.
able to find the stuff on the Base docs. I'll share my screen just now. Let me share my screen. But the whole idea now is, they want to make it easier for anybody with a web app to incorporate, like, the wallet infrastructure, the Web3 connectivity, and then be able to connect everything to, uh, to the base.dev, basically. So yeah, so now when you actually go onto the documentation now, right, you will
Yes.
come across the migrate to a standard web app. So they've made docs. So what it means, guys, is that now currently, when we built base apps, you had to initially install the Farcaster SDK, and then you had to go and sign the manifest. You had to go and do the account association, sign the manifest. You had to go and actually fix the manifest in your, add all that stuff within your actual code
Yeah.
base, and then deploy it. So there was a lot of back and forth. And I think what they discovered was the experience was very technical. Even in the Discord, we're facing a lot of technical issues with people that can't, sort of sort out their manifest, or do their account association. And, people leaving things out, like some embed files. It was just way too technical, especially now for the community of vibe coders, right? So what they've done is they've made it really simple. They've said if you've got a web app, you can just integrate what we call WAGMI, and simply just a few things to integrate, and you simply deploy it, and you are able to do the rest on base.dev. So base.dev is going to have everything, like your builder codes. It's going to have a platform where a dashboard where you can do your metadata, where you actually do the whole, what was previously the manifest, where you categorize your app within the base app. So now all apps really need to just be basic web apps, right? So it makes it really, really much easier for anybody that actually has an existing app and wants it to be, appearing on the base app. Okay. So yeah, so that's part of
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
the technical stuff has been taken away to make it
Have
easier.
you
Okay.
have you tried migrating any of your own base apps?
Yeah, I actually migrated let me show you guys.
Awesome.
And actually, let's have a look at the
Yeah.
structure for that app I migrated. Okay.
And does it change anything from your app, or does it make your app look like, remember the process we had was basically building a web app and then we convert it to a mini app. So when building from scratch, does that
Mhm.
mean now we just need to, when I reach like the web app, when my web app is done, do I still have to go to the migrate part? Is there any new code there that I have to add to uh,
Yeah.
my web app,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just
There
will just
is.
follow
Okay.
that? Okay.
Yeah. So if you're building from scratch, okay,
Yeah.
let me go to the docs first. So if you're building from scratch, oh, wait. If you're building from scratch, let's say you're building a whole new app, right?
Yeah.
Let me just click on that. You're basically just adding. Why is it not responding? Okay, let me do this. Okay. Okay, so when you build from scratch, you're basically just building a Next.js app. Okay.
Okay.
And it allows you to connect the wallet. So you're adding like the base wallet, if you want to do things like base transactions or smart via smart wallets, you can add that. But I think the average person is just going to be adding, the wallet, and it's got to handle the connection and deploy it on Base Apolia. And this is what they'll need to do. So you can build your app, and then you can come and install the stuff, right? Which is create app latest my base. So they've got some,
Yeah.
WAGMI, and I guess this allows it to also, it still needs to appear on the base app, for example, right? So you
Yes.
still need to
You
sort
need
of
to
like
update.
make it capable to be able to, handle the metadata that's going to be on the actual base.dev, right? So this is all that you are actually, initially installing and then configuring over here, right? So this is
Yeah.
step 2. Right. So you create the WAGMI configuration with Base Apolia, then wrap the app in the required providers. So there still is a requirement to wrap it so it appears, I guess, in the base app properly. And then what's next? Okay, so this is a couple of steps. Yeah, 1, 2. Okay, so it's those 2, and then wrap your root
Connect
layout with
wallet.
providers and connect wallets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at the process and I'm seeing they've also added something for deploying this has been there.
Contract.
Okay. Deploying a
Yeah.
contract, yeah.
So a smart contract.
So yeah, it's very
Yeah.
interesting as well for people who
Mm.
just want to play around with this, because even just the way it's structured, you can literally just copy the whole thing
The whole
and take it
page.
to like
Yeah.
the whole page, and take it to like an IDE, so that the IDE has got like all this data, how to do it, the process and the steps, and then you
Mhm.
can just tell it what you actually now want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think for new builders, they might not necessarily have to do some of these steps. But I think with us, we probably need to go through some use cases, right?
Hmm.
Because I think it will depend, because some people might, it will be
Not need a
depending on what the
contract.
person wants to
Yeah.
do. Yeah, what the actual person, the builder wants to do on the base chain or within the base app, right? If they
Yeah.
want to have payments and stuff like that, then if all they're using is base pay, they might not have to do stuff like deploy a contract with Foundry. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
think
they
some of
don't.
these are going to need further reading based on the use case of the person in terms of what they're trying to do. Okay. But I think basically
Yeah.
building a basic web app and then incorporating from the beginning. Let me see. So step 1, right? Creating the Next.js app, installing the required dependencies. I think that's compulsory. And step 2, configure for WAGMI, and then connect
We're all
wallets.
going to make it.
Yeah, step 3. Okay. So can you see that they're no longer limiting it to, I don't think they're limiting it to just the base account only, right? Because you are looking at, I wonder, hey,
Mm.
remember we were, yeah, but then the base app uses the base account, right? So I actually
Yeah, it
haven't
uses the
looked
base
into that.
account.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering if MetaMask and all those other, how this is going to handle those. But I think a lot of this will have to do it manually to,
Oh, I think for other wallets, when connecting, they'll connect using WAGMI.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then add base Apolia.
Then it goes into like contract stuff.
Okay.
Like deploy
Deploy
the
the
contract,
contract.
read
Mm.
contract data. So this is basically also if somebody wanted to even just experiment with like a quick demo of how the whole app would kind of work with, including smart contracts and
Mm.
yeah.
Yeah. And all this stuff is pretty new, guys. I think we found out about this like what, just over a week ago. So this
Yeah.
is fairly new. I'm still to build a brand new app, so I haven't really gone through the whole process. But from what I've seen, what I've been looking at, the documentation, it's nothing complex or very complicated. It's actually easier than before. So I was able to, migrate my app. Okay. So I was able to migrate my app from, um, let me have a look at the code base for my app, right?
Excuse me.
Let's see. Okay, so this is my app here. So this is what's changed, right? So I had, where was the whole farcaster.json? Let's go through the docs first, and then I'll refer back to the app. Okay. So I did the basics. I just copied this whole page and went and pasted it, right? But in
Yeah.
hindsight, after that, I realized I had to go back and do some things because copying the whole page, it didn't follow it to the approach that I hoped it was. So I had to actually come back and go through the documentation, right? So as you can
Yes.
see before with Farcaster manifest, right? So now we don't. So now everything, all the metadata will be done on base.dev. So they are creating a dashboard, excuse me, on base.dev where you can do all the images for your app or all the metadata, categorize your app, whether it's a game or whatever type of app it is. All that you will do it on base.dev. Okay.
Okay.
So unfortunately, Nana apps won't work. Remember, about 2 weeks ago, we were showing people how to one-shot a mini app
Oh,
or build a
yes.
base mini app. Yeah, using that Nana.com. Unfortunately, that's not going to work anymore. You can still do that with Farcaster apps though. So, and then you'll come to realize that your app in Farcaster, right? So while your app will appear in the base app, so if you've got if you've got an app which still has the Farcaster SDK, you can come and migrate, right, and then move to base. But you're gonna have the splash screen issue. Let me show you guys on Farcaster, right? So on base app is gonna appear properly. I migrated my app; it appears on base app. Unfortunately, we still don't have that function to view base app on
On
over
PC.
here, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
we haven't got that yet, but I'm sure it's coming. So I just want to show you guys something in terms of when you get confused. So if your app, you were accessing your app in Farcaster, and then you'll see that in okay, so devrlive.vessel.app. So this is the app that I changed from I
From
think
a mini app.
I migrated it from the Farcaster SDK to a base as to the new web app now. So you will see that when you try and access it via Farcaster, because we've removed that Farcaster.json and it's no longer
Yes.
doing that ready call, you're gonna be getting this in Farcaster. Okay. So I still need to actually figure that out in terms of how to fix it because we've removed the Farcaster SDK. So I don't think this you would fix it the way we were fixing it before, right? Do you recall
Yes.
this issue,
Yeah.
Lloyd?
No, there'll be
Mhm,
all these issues will be gone because, yeah.
mhm. Yeah, in the base app it will be gone. But if somebody is still using, if you have users on Farcaster and perhaps they you gotta go and I think we still need to give people some assistance on how that's going to work actually, because I noticed on my side I have to manually thinking hide the splash screen. It could be a simple thing
Oh,
of
yeah.
going to the app code where it was calling the ready, doing the,
And
the
then
the ready
removing
call.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, and either removing that completely or reducing the time that it goes away because I think it's supposed to wait for like a few seconds. So you reduce the time that the splash screen goes away quickly. So yeah, so that's something that I picked up, right? But I can still access my app on Farcaster as well, still, even though it's
Oh,
removed, you know. Yeah. But I didn't check
yeah.
on what the manifest looks like, but my app is an older one, so it had the manifest. So I'm sure part of that stuff is still there. Let's have a look. I never
working.
even
Yeah,
checked. Okay, so it
yeah.
still has all of that. So your old
Still
apps
has it.
um will still on the Farcaster they still should appear because I've migrated this app to a base to the new web app standard. Okay, so I think what is just added is the configuration that's required for the base app, and it did not necessarily remove all the other stuff to make it appear in Farcaster. So we should be good on that front. So for those who are using, or who went and built Nena apps and stuff like that, I think when you migrate to the web app standard, you should also still be good on Farcaster. Yeah. Okay. And then what else is different? Okay. Okay, so Nena apps and webhooks, right? All this stuff is changed. They're
It's
now using a
changing.
base on backends, right?
Yeah,
Um,
so base account,
so
base address preferences as well.
yeah, yeah. And the Farcaster ID as well. So for base apps, we used to use a Farcaster ID. All that's gone now. So now you're just using wallet address notifications. Oh yeah, by the way, notifications are now done on base.dev as well. So there's an API coming soon.
Mm,
So yeah, so a lot of the stuff that you need for your app, whether it's notifications, metadata, categorizing it within whether it's games or somewhere else, it's all going to be done on base.dev. So there's a new dashboard coming. Okay. So yeah, so
yeah,
Farcaster SDK for auth and actions has been moved, and now they've got WAGMI or VM or sign in with Ethereum. Okay, so that's a standard Web3 app. So this is like the old school way of doing Web3 apps, right? The basic format. Let me not say old school, but it's like the basic standard of a web app or Web3 app. So that's basically what most of you guys are gonna have to do. And search and discovery is no longer being done in Farcaster. There's going to be the metadata, and then of course the builder codes. Builder codes track your transactions within the base app. And then on base.dev, you'll be able to do the metadata, right? Which is like, all your categorization, the name of your app, what your app is all about, etc., etc. Okay. So that's basically what's changed. It's literally just moving away from the Farcaster standards to, a web app, Web3 web app type of standard. Okay.
yeah. I
And
think the
then,
web app
so,
also type
mhm,
of standard will make it easier for, like you mentioned, for anybody who wants to build like applications quickly on base. Because
yeah,
while you were chatting with me, I went to Lovable and I
mhm,
just copied the whole page
yeah,
from this, and I went to Lovable and I
okay,
told it build me a clock, and I gave
okay.
it the documentation, and
And it built.
yeah, it built me the entire clock, and it's
Yeah,
got the Connect wallet. Everything is working apart from
within
the
the,
contract, because that has to
mm,
be done from like an IDE, so that you can give it your private key and in order
yeah,
to sign. But other than that, everything else is done. So you can do this and put it in like Lovable or any other IDE, online IDE. It will create for you what you want, and then you can copy that, then put it in your IDE to
mm,
then finish up on like the contract part, so that Hard Hat can deploy. So
yeah,
yeah, this is pretty dope. And also, if you want, I just thought of it, if you don't really want to use like your private key for a wallet, you can, I think you can, or you should be able to use the server wallets as
oh yeah, on
like a,
Coinbase
yeah,
developer platform.
yeah, as like a way
Mm. But
to
let me
as the
see,
wallet being the one that actually signs the contract
I
for you.
think,
I think that should work,
okay. Or you mean to handle the
because
smart contract side, but then they're still going
yeah,
to
yeah,
need
yeah.
to add the connect with wallet, signing with Ethereum or WAGMI or
Oh, that's
VM, right?
already
They're
there.
still going to need, yeah. Or you mean they
Yeah.
can add that over and above the signing in with their wallet, right? They can add
Yeah, like
Coinbase
when you
developer.
sign in with your wallet,
Mhm.
can I share my screen?
You know, share?
I'll just show you
Okay.
a quick sample.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to share. All right.
Okay.
Can you see?
Okay, your own
Okay.
screen now.
So awesome. So this is what I did. I just came here. This is chat.z.ai, and I just copied the whole code. And at the beginning, I told it to create a clock.
Yeah.
Just a moment. I told it to create a clock. Here, build a clock with new graphics and matrix dev style vibes. This is a digital clock
Yeah.
built on Base. And I gave it all the documentation. And after that, it built me this clock
Okay.
here. But when you look, the only thing this clock doesn't have currently is the part for the smart contract, because then I have to personally sign it by adding like my key in the environment variable. So it already has this. I can connect with Base.
All right. Nice.
Yeah. So you can also connect with MetaMask because of choosing WAGMI and SAP
Yeah.
Wallet, or it picks 4. So
Okay.
yeah, anybody who's super like interested in just trying to build something really fast and really quick, this is one quick way. Then you can download this from like here and open it in your IDE and work on the smart contract part. So that's why now I was mentioning, like, I think you can also make it easier if you were to find a way to incorporate like how AI agents can deploy uh, smart contracts. Also, if you added that and created like a template, it would also be pretty cool, because for somebody who's not too technical, that would be super easy to then have access to contracts as well. So that was just like a tip for anybody who
Nice.
wants to do that. I did that with Lovable as well, and it also did the same thing. Connect to MetaMask and everything. Base app is at the top, and failed to read the contract. So the only thing missing is the contract part. But you can have a base app quickly
Which
set
means
up.
you're probably able to do this in AI Studio as well. So I think
Yeah.
making a web app is easy. I think if I remember correctly, remember when we were initially teaching people how to build mini apps, most of them were actually building initially the standard Web3 apps, right? They were able to get to the
Yes.
point where it connects a
Yeah.
wallet, and
Yes.
they were not able to get to the other stuff, you know. So I think most people that are here who've been trying to build mini apps. I think a couple of the hackathons, most guys were able to get the apps to connect to wallet. They were just not able to do the rest of the stuff, like the rest of the Farcaster SDK, and they were not able to, because remember when you used to run that npm install and what was the first one?
Yeah.
npm install
I
Farcaster
remember that.
SDK latest. Yeah, then that would install the initial stuff, and we're working with a template back then. So that template already had the Connect wallet. So I think
And you know
we
what?
probably needs to reintroduce that template. You remember that template
Yeah, I
that already
remember the
come
template.
with connecting a wallet? Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think if we come back to that template, it will make life easy for anybody that's kind of like confused on how it works. Because I know when you look at all this documentation, it does look intimidating, right?
Yeah,
Especially
it
for vibe
does.
coders. Yeah, because they don't know where to
Yeah.
even start, what do you even choose, where. So that can look very intimidating. So I think I'll actually send a note to the guys. I think it was Yusuf and Sohei that did a lot of those templates. So
Yeah.
we'll just ask them to reintroduce those templates. I know they are still on the GitHub, but I think they need to probably consider reintroducing them here to make life
Yeah, because
easier for everybody.
if
Yeah.
you look at this, the way we quickly made like an app using
Yeah.
using just this code that they gave us, like we
Mhm.
can they can definitely make templates for people, and if they could find a way to tackle the part for the smart contract as well, being able to also deploy a smart contract, maybe with the server based. I don't know that if we can find a way to do that, that would be very interesting for a vibe coders who don't necessarily have like a good IDE to use on their PC. So
Yeah,
that
if
would
you
be
can find a
very
way for one
interesting.
short a smart contract where you
That
just
would
type
be
in like what smart contract you wanna do, and then the AI like literally does the rest. I mean, technically you can do that in VS Code, but I think it would be nice for someone to do that like in a chat interface, like a chat GPT
yeah,
type of interface. Yeah. And they
that would
integrate that.
be
But you never know. These features could be coming on base.dev because they're really trying to use the base.dev as a platform to integrate quite a lot of things, to allow people
yeah.
to make it easier for a lot of people. So we'll see what features are coming in the near future. But there's still a bit of time, guys. So if your apps, um, if this is shocking news and you feel like you need to do extra work to migrate your app to a web to a new, from the Farcaster SDK apps to the new standard, which is the web app standard. There's still a bit of time, so you'll be getting a lot of support via the Discord. Go to the Discord if you're having any problems. This is the base Discord, which is built on Base. Yeah, and you'll find it on the website, right? So on the Base
Yeah.
website, base.org, you can scroll down to the bottom and you'll see a link to the Discord there. So yeah, so you can get any technical help with your migration if you're struggling, okay? But otherwise, you can also ask this assistant. So there's this AI assistant over here. When you go to the base documentation, you can type and ask this assistant anything. So if you try to migrate an app, if you try to migrate an app and things didn't go well, you could troubleshoot by asking this assistant, just copying and pasting the error that you're experiencing in your code, paste it here, and then it's going to tell you what the solution should be. Then if you're still struggling, then you can reach out to us in the Telegrams and in the Discord or the WhatsApp groups, and then we'll be able to assist, okay? All right, so I was over here where I wanted to say, you need to choose a migration path. So depending on where you are, so if you have a mini app, the previous mini app standards, then obviously you need to come here and select that one. And then you follow the instructions, right? So this is what I actually had to do because I have a mini app. I had to come and copy this into my IDE and yeah, then paste it. And then I had to carry on step by step. Then this one, I think I initially just copied the page, but it didn't go as well as I hoped it would. Then I had to come back and just go step by step, check if this one was installed, etc., etc. But yeah, I was able to go all the way to the end. And so the notifications are obviously not done yet because they're still coming to base.dev, okay? My app was already registered on base.dev. Okay, so I didn't have to do that again. And then, then there was a checklist. Okay, so this is the checklist. So I went through this checklist to check if I've actually, migrated my apps very well from the Farcaster SDK type of app to the web app. Okay, so
Yeah.
I actually copied this checklist, and then I asked my IDE to, the AI assistant there to check if all the stuff has been done. And it was able to check and it told me, okay, you're good now, So yeah, that's just about it, guys. It's not that complicated. It might seem a little intimidating and scary, but if you follow the documentation step by step, so especially here, choose your migration path. So if you go step 1 and all the way to, obviously step 4, the notifications part you might not get, but yeah, up to step 5. Okay, so some of you, if you already have mini apps, you probably did register them on base.dev. If you haven't, then you need to register your app on base.dev, right? So that you can track your analytics and so that it can appear in the base app. And you need to add builder codes. So if you click on that, the builder codes, you're going to get the documentation on how to add builder codes. Right. So you're going to actually get the code or the builder code for your app on base.dev. And then you need to follow the instructions to add the builder codes. Builder codes track all your transactions, so that they also allows you to appear on the dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard quickly. So this is base.dev. Okay. So the builder codes allow you to appear on the leaderboard. All right. Then we'll just show you guys. Okay. So from a technical perspective, you don't have to be technical to do a migration. If you've used VS Code before, it's going to be pretty simple. You are just following the steps, and then you are deploying the app, okay? And that's really it. It's just like changing your existing app into a
Web app.
into a web app, okay? So this is what base.dev looks like. So if it's your first time on base.dev, you need to, if you've never used it, I think this screen will come up, this one that says register new app. So you come in here, you add your app name, then you click register, and I think something else will come up. What else would come up? I think you would get, there's an HTML code that normally comes up, the head of your app that I don't know if you have to edit at this stage, because I haven't really, tried registering a new app yet on base.dev. So there might be some HTML code that's normally generated that you have to copy into your app again. I'm not so sure at this stage. So this is all still new, guys, to us. So I still have to build a new app and also experience some of this. But the basic transitioning from an existing mini app into a web app is pretty easy, right? Because it's just changing your app into a web app. That's all that is doing. There's nothing complicated about it. And yeah, sure, that's all. So if your app is already registered, it will still appear here like mine. You don't have to do anything else. And then on the builder code side, okay, so for you to appear on these leaderboards, you're going to have to add your builder codes, so that your transactions and your users and everything are tracked, okay? And you add them over here. Let's go back to builder codes. You go to settings, click builder codes, and then you'll copy this code, but you have to follow the instructions, and then this code is required. You need to add that code as well, at some point into your code and then redeploy your app. Okay, so it's also a simple step-by-step process, nothing complicated to it. Okay, but however, base.dev is where a lot of the action is gonna happen. So this dashboard, they're gonna add more stuff. All our metadata that we're adding, what we're calling the manifest in the base app, you're going to be adding all that metadata somewhere here. So they're going to have some pages available. And also, like, they will be introducing stuff like app coins, where you can have your app, you can launch a coin with your app. Okay, so you've created this app and you want to have a token that you want to reward your users. It's called an app coin. They're going to introduce something on base.dev that links your app to a coin. So I assume that this will also provide a launch pad of some sort, so your app can have a coin. So that will be interesting. So I'm not sure if it will be a launch pad or they'll just add the interaction. So you might have to launch the coin separately, but hopefully they add something very easy for everyone that you can launch your coin and your app at the same time. Because that will help a lot of Web3 people, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it would.
And
It would.
yeah. So we still have the preview tool. So if you go and let me actually check what my app would look like in preview. I haven't tried the preview. Okay, I need HTTPS. Okay, I think this is going to change. Okay, so this is still the previous layout for the preview. It still shows me the old. So all this stuff, guys, that you used to have to do manually, you won't have to do it manually anymore. Well, you will have to do it, but you'll do it here. They'll provide like a template that I think has all these things. This is the metadata, right? And then you'll just have to
Yeah.
change. I think you'll be able to upload images, all the images that are required for your app's creatives. Um, so I think the dashboard will provide a platform to add all of this. So I think this preview tool is still available until those changes come, because you see this preview tool is still, looking at the old stuff, right? Yeah, you see, it's no longer my app, it's removed. So when I did the migration, it took away that ready call. So this is not going to show. That's because the new standard is not using that, because that's part of the FastCluster SDK. So yeah, so I think some things are going to go away. What else would likely go away? Okay, so I think all this is going to stay. And yeah, probably most of this is going to stay, because I don't think there's anything. Maybe just the webhook. Okay, so the webhook was removed from my app. There was a webhook down here, and oh no, it's still there. It's still there, actually. It's still there. It's up here. Okay,
Yeah,
so that
still
didn't
there.
go away. Yeah. All right, so it doesn't look like from here. I'm not sure if this is the final format yet, because they are still supposed to launch the official dashboard here on on base.dev, where you're gonna do your metadata. But insofar, this is what my app's metadata looks like after the migration. So nothing is changed in my metadata structure. The only thing that is gone away is this ready call. Okay, so that's the only thing that was removed when I was doing the migration. Okay, so there's a preview window here. So this is what I realized. I realized that I can't preview my app over here. So, and I think it's got something to do with the not ready. This is the ready call. So that's something that I actually should ask the team on, when we'll be able to preview our apps once you migrate your app. I can't currently preview it over here on base.dev. So yeah, so that's something that I think needs to be resolved. So I'll make a note of that, and ask the team to look into that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so a lot of stuff, guys, is the changes are happening in real time. So the team is constantly shipping new features. So there's still a bit of time. So if you do this migration and you run into problems, come across to the Discord and ask questions over there, and we'll be able to respond. Sometimes the questions you might ask, like some of the features, like I'm showing, like the preview or some other things, how to do the manifest, or the metadata, how to fill it in. Those features are not yet available, but I'm sure they'll be coming out within the next week or two. So yeah, so for some people building new apps, you might not be able to discover new apps. So if you build a new app today, I don't think you can, your users will be able to find it using the URL on the base app, right? If you give them a URL, they go to the base app, they'll be able to access your app. But I don't think you'll be able to, search the app name, right? Because the metadata function is currently not available right now. So I think I've seen one or two of those questions come up in the Discord. So you might not be able to do that part yet, but it's coming soon. Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else, Lloyd, that we need to cover? Because it's really just one page, right? To
Yeah,
build a
it's
new
just one
app,
page. Yeah, just
and then to
one page.
migrate a new app, yeah, is also just one page. A couple of steps, about 3 or 4 key steps that you need to take, and then just check the checklist. So it's not
Yeah.
really that much, guys, that's going on, but it's something that needs to be done to simplify your life. Yes, there's
Yeah. And
pain
then
in
also,
migrating any app. Yeah,
yeah,
go
there
ahead.
is. And also,
Mhm.
when just like a few tips when creating like an app using like the build an app on Base code. If you're not using the smart contract, when you copy the entire page and put it in whatever IDE, make sure you tell it not to use a smart contract. And then I also saw something that had to do with is it batch batch meeting
batch transactions,
batch
right?
transactions, yeah.
Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, I don't think most people will need that. The batch transaction support
Please.
for
Yeah.
smart wallets. Yeah. So you can remove that and the smart contracts if you just want to play around with something that won't really give you like any issues. If you're vibe coding something for the first time, it will give you an app that will be able to work on Base and start your basic interactions. And when you want to go
Yeah.
further and you want to build something a bit more advanced, then you can use the same code, but then you can pick what you want. And also feel
Yeah.
free to pair that with the other documentation such as BasePay to add these features to your web app uh, for your users to use. So yeah, play with those as well.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, of course, they've got AI agents now, right? Um, so they've got a dedicated page for AI agents now. But I think once again,
But just
Coinbase Developer Platform has got like the code. So if you want to do AI agents, I think you should go to the Coinbase Developer Platform website, and you'll be able to sort of like get everything there, all the documentation, what to install, the wallets, etc., etc. Okay, but Base does give a bit of a guideline, on how that should go about. Yeah, and I think Base has got
did you see that at the
um
top? Um,
yeah, I
yeah.
think there
So
is some.
frameworks, yes, you can
Hmm.
choose some of the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All right.
this is um, this is new.
Control.
So I
This
was
is so
playing with
yeah.
this a few days ago for
Oh, I
the
see this.
agent
All of them.
platform. Yeah, that was I was
Mm.
talking about. And at the bottom of this, just scroll. I think there's another get started. Scroll a bit more.
Where
Um,
wallets,
well, okay,
agents
so
on
I'm
base,
looking for something called Siwa. Sign in with agent.
sign in
So there's sign in with
with
Ethereum,
agent.
but yeah, so there's something now called
Oh, for
sign in with
sign in.
yeah. So just try that Siwa.
Oh, there we
Yeah,
go.
there. So I incorporated this in the platform that I was talking about that I built. So
Okay,
it
there we go.
enables, yeah, here we go. Siwa
Oh,
bundles
so
registry and verification
they've actually gone, yeah,
into
they've
a
gone
single
advanced. Sorry.
SDK.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
hadn't seen this.
yeah,
Ah,
into a single. You saw the link I sent you, so it incorporates that. So when you take your AI agent to like the website I built, what it does
mhm,
is it automatically signs in, and then
mm,
also gets it gets a verifiable identity using the ERC 8004. So
mm,
what I did is if your AI agent goes to my website and it registers, it gets its own wallet, meaning it's now able to do all the transactions on Base, and then it's also paired with this Siwa, which also
mm,
gives it an ERC identity that enables
mm,
it uh, to be on a verifiable like anybody can query the ID it has and verify its on-chain, like reputation, and people can hire it if I want it to be hired, and it can hire other AI agents as well.
mm,
So this is something that I think is very interesting, and
mm.
anybody can definitely play with it as
Yeah.
well.
'Cause we are going to start to see like hybrid apps, right? Where you have your new, we can't call them mini apps anymore, right? You have your apps on Base. It's a web app on Base. So I guess we'll call it apps on Base, right? And
Mm.
you've got it for human users where they're signing in with a the base account or any Web3 wallet. And you've
Do you
also
want me
got
to,
agents that are using your same app and they are signing in
uh,
with agent.
do you want me to show you how that looks like? I have a website
Yes, please.
that does that.
Super. Yeah. You can share your screen and I'll add you.
Okay. So I'm still building this.
Mhm.
It's just an idea that I'm playing with, and
Mm.
yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So this is Sovereign OS, autonomous
Mhm.
agent infrastructure. So what it gives your AI agent is it makes your AI agent have indestructible persistence, like what I was talking about earlier, about how you lost your your OpenClaw
Yeah,
agent.
agent.
So with this,
Yeah.
I created an you can call infrastructure that stores its state. So that's
Mm.
basically its your AI agent state, its memories, and a bunch of other data. And if you lose it, like the way you lost yours, you can
Mm.
easily restore it back to
Okay.
the way it was with most of its data, at least its
Mm.
personality and its soul, if you can think of that. What makes it
Mm.
yours? And I also
It's like
incorporated.
losing a dog. Right? Like losing a
Yeah,
dog, it needs a dog collar. Now agents need a dog collar, an
yeah. So
agent
this
collar.
is
And this is
like
an agent collar that you're building, right?
yeah, it's like a collar. So basically, I've
Mm.
also added a few I would say what do you call them, skills. I'll show you, but like we can go to the sign in part.
Mm.
Pardon me. Let me just it's just loading.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of like most book they have for humans, for agents. Or you already have that, yeah?
Yeah,
I
I
think
have
that's the
that.
screen I
So
wanted
it's
us to see. I think you signed
it's
in too quick. I wanted to see your UI.
I don't know why it's
That is for humans,
okay.
for human agents. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it keeps automatically signing me in,
Oh,
and
right.
it's
Mm.
using catch. Yeah, let me see
Nah,
if
no
I can.
worries.
All right,
There we
there we
go.
go.
Yeah, for agent and for human. So yeah,
For
so that's
humans,
the
yes. So you
UI
have
that I think a lot of mini apps are gonna need now. Well, they're not
so you
mini
have
apps. I need to stop saying mini apps because mini apps are the past. It's
the
now
web
web
apps.
apps. Yeah, we'll just call them, or we can call them Web3 apps. I don't know, but yeah, or apps on
Or mini
base.
web apps.
No, they're not mini
Yeah,
anymore, right? That's the thing, right? It's
that
like
big.
yeah, so they're just regular apps now. Um
Yeah,
that are
no,
optimized
web
for
apps is
mobile
good.
and for Web3. So they're just
Yeah,
Web3 web apps or something, or Web3 apps.
Web3 apps.
Dapps. I think we're going to go back to calling them dApps, which is what they were called before, right?
Yeah, decentralized applications.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you have these two ways to sign in. Sign in with agent, which is the for your agent, and then you have your normal human embedded wallet. So
Mhm.
if you have an AI agent like an OpenClaw agent and you send it to this website here,
Mhm.
it's able to register using this post request here.
Yeah.
So what it does is when your AI agent runs this, it instantly gets an agent profile with an auto-generated
Mm.
ID. It gets a USDC wallet on base. Because it's using
Mm.
sign in with agent, it gets an ERC 8004 identity, which is
Mm.
auto provisioned and paired with wallet. And it gets the complete API toolkit, which is backup, restore, fund, pay, balance, etc. And the X402 agent micropayment. So signing in with your agent is super easy. It basically takes a few seconds. Once it comes here, it reads
Right.
this, it generates the the account pretty quick. So what I've also done is for humans, you're able to see which AI agents you are you are synced with. if I should
Yeah.
put it that way. Yeah, so you're able to check and see which agent you have. So my current app, this is using cached data, so that's why you keep seeing me trying to transition it. But I already signed in with another agent. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Yeah. Okay.
You can see my other browser.
When you say other browser, we can see the screen you're sharing now. It's got your
Okay.
username. Yeah.
Is it? Can you see the
Control
part that says linked agent?
my
Is it saying
agents.
one?
Yeah, linked agent one. Yeah.
Then insurance
Active.
is saying active. Okay, and then you can see my
Yeah, it's active.
screen, because it's
Yeah.
different from this one here, because this is
Oh, this
cached.
one is
But
human, the
this,
other one's agent. Okay. Okay, I
oh
can see.
no,
Yeah, I
no,
can see the difference now.
oh
Which
no,
one is
so
the user? I mean, this
this
is
is
the
my
agent.
human user. This is me. So
Okay.
that profile kept calling old data, but this is the current working
Right.
one. So this is how it's supposed to look like. So it shows the insurance is active. It shows you which AI agents you are verified with here,
Mhm.
and it shows you how much your AI agent has, when it was created, its activity. I've got a bunch of skills
Nice.
here that I've
Mm.
added, such as this self-marketing part, the digital immortality, where it can,
Mm.
even if somebody deletes it or it gets corrupted or you lose your AI agent, most of its personality is stored and you can easily restore it. Also, I've been playing around with the feature that I feel like hasn't really been talked about. So in my app, I've got tax. It's a tax tab that is playing around with AI agent tax. So I feel
All
like
right.
we play around with a lot of AI agents, but I haven't really heard a lot of people talk about how these
Mm.
taxes are calculated. Is it calculated towards the owner, or, you know?
Mm.
So what I did is I created this tax tab, which gets all your
Yeah.
AI agents transactions and it logs them. So you can
Mm.
export. Um, Currently, you can pick one of these: South Africa,
Mhm.
Australia, to kind of have like a tax compliance thing you can have to just kind of help you track
Nice.
your tax in case you want
Yeah.
um, to maybe file your taxes. So you can put your
Yeah.
wallet address so that if your AI agent is making money, a certain amount is triggered that sends it directly to this wallet. It's not on by default. You'd have to switch it on your own. So now it's on, and if my AI agent makes money, it will automatically deduct a certain percent and send it to a wallet. So yeah, this is part
Nice.
of
This is
what
dope,
I've been
man.
playing around with. Yeah.
Yeah, this is dope. Are you submitting this for synthesis?
Yeah, this is what I'm submitting for synthesis, but I'm also just playing around with with the concept of like
Yeah.
the infrastructure itself. I have a research uh part where I'm just going to be playing around with like stuff that I'm writing, or so the first one I did was this. It just basically talks about the rise of AI agent economies and how
Mm.
autonomous we have this autonomous tax gap. I
Nice.
also talk about four models and show the one that my platform is using. This is the protocol
Mm.
level taxation. So
Mm.
this is where the tax thing is done, in the inside the actual architecture itself. It has limitations also, but these are just thoughts that I'm throwing around to get people,
Mm.
you know, interested, because this is still something that we still are going to have to face, especially if the world is going into an entirely AI agent system. So
Mm.
agent tax is definitely going to be something that is going to be looked at. So for anybody who wants to know, how that can kind of be, played around
Mhm.
with, feel free to check out the little research I'm writing. But yeah, that's
Nice.
basically
That's dope,
it.
man. Wishing you the best with that's in synthesis hackathon day.
Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Yeah, and
thanks, man.
anybody that's looking to participate in synthesis, base is part of this synthesis
Yeah,
hackathon. So you can go to synthesis.md, right?
yeah. .md, which I think
Synthesis as
I
in
don't know how much those MD websites cost, but I think we should get ourselves a few because, like I said, the internet is
mm,
changing, and with stuff like signing with agent, we now have platforms which are also just going to be specifically just for AI agents. Like somebody can say, okay, my market is just AI
yeah,
agents.
yeah,
So yeah,
synthesis.md. That's a website. Okay. Right.
yeah,
Okay, all right. So to summarize, you know, the situation right now, guys. If you've previously built a mini app, which was in the base app, a mini app which was users could access it via the base app. You need to migrate to a standard web app, and you can go to the base documentation, docs.base.org, and I think it automatically, when you get to this website, it automatically comes here to direct you. But if you can't find it, look for the migrate to standard web app, and then you can just follow that procedure. Um, your migration path is converting a mini app. And then if you're not converting a mini app, and it's just a basic web app, then it kind of like just tells you, you're just going to have to add the sign in with Ethereum or WAGMI, you know, to your
yeah,
app. So if it's just a website that's not yet a Web3 app, you obviously need to sign in, add the functionality to be able to, sign in with the wallet. Then you need to go to base.dev and register your app so you can track your analytics, and the metadata is going to become available. So there'll be an option to complete metadata on base.dev.
yeah.
So your app can actually appear in the base app,
And
and then you
and
need to
Google,
register
see,
for builder codes.
on top of the part it says users sign in with Ethereum. So that's the CUI, and compared
Yeah, sign in with
to the
Ethereum,
sign in with agent.
sign in
Yeah,
with agent, yeah, which is Siwa, yeah.
CUI.
Yeah. So it's pretty that much simple, guys. If you're building a new app, just build it as um, you know, uh, a generic website, right? But obviously optimize it for mobile. That's one thing you need to do, right? And then you can
Yes.
come to the base.dev, base docs. There's the build a new app. And I think if you just want it to work properly with base, then you're gonna need to just come here and follow the steps, right? To install all these requirements. You don't necessarily have to, but I think if you want your app to appear properly in the base app, then you might be advised to do this. Otherwise, a generic Web3 app with sign in with Ethereum, sign in with base account, etc., should work. Okay, but then you'll need to go to base.dev and sort out the metadata, right? So this whole approach is to simplify it, to simplify apps. So building a website, anyone building a web app can be able to have that app appear in the base app. So that's why they're doing this, is to try and lower that technical, um, I'll call it technical debt, because it used to take us almost a week sometimes, to figure
Yeah.
out. This time last year, it was taking us a week to build a mini app, right? It was
Ish.
crazy, right? But I
It
think
was crazy.
yeah, with tools like
Better
Maina, now you can one shot
documentation.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
and
now
improvement
you
in
can
AI
just take,
models.
yeah, yeah, now you can take your existing web app and then just add a few things and you are good to go. Then you go to base.dev and configure everything else. So now the work, I think, is going to be more on base.dev, because the building away is like you're literally building a website, optimize it for mobile, add sign in with, base account, or sign in with either or add WAGMI,
Yeah.
and you are good to go. Then you go to base.dev. And I think that's where the manual processes are going to be, because you need to add your logos, your app creatives. Then you need to type in the description of your app. What is it? What's the one-liner? All those things, which is the metadata.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm sure they'll probably provide some tool to be able to one-shot metadata, or they'll probably have the what you might call it, the template available, and then you just need to just change the text. But we'll see what that looks like. But yeah, you'll find that soon on base.dev. If it's not already available today, I don't have a new app to register, so unfortunately, I can't do that and check with you guys. Okay. So yeah, so I think that's something I need to do this coming week, is to build a new app and then play around, follow this documentation on building a new app, because I migrated my existing one, which was very easy. Building a new one won't be complicated, but I just want to see the experience on base.dev, if I'll be able to see, any
No,
of the
it would
dashboards,
definitely
etc.
be easy to build a new one. I mean, I built 2 clocks while we were on our call. So
Yeah. So,
people are only going to be limited by their imagination and just how much work they're willing to just make the app, fully functional. And also, just a quick tip, when building, also tell the AI to pay attention to your security. So just tell that it does have this thing where it will give you basic security stuff, but when you're done with your project, you can prompt it to say, now let's work on security. Like go through my entire app, check which parts you think have got loopholes and stuff like that, and it will give you like a quick assessment. It might not be complete, but it will be better than just your app in its basic form. So after that, you can tell the AI to now just fix and implement some security, and it won't be perfect, like I'm saying, but you'll be good to go. You'll be really good to go.
Yeah, I think with that said, this brings us to the end of our session. Thanks, Lloyd. So yeah, to everyone, go and read the docs. I think there was an announcement that was made on the official X account on Base. That's the build on Base. They had a whole write-up on what's happening, what's changing. So you can go and look at that. But on base.org, you generally can look at that. If you have any questions, guys, go to base.org and go to docs.base.org, and you can ask the AI there. So if you have any questions or whatsoever technical, or you just want information on what's happening, you can go and ask the AI on what the changes are, and then to tell you, it will give you guidelines. It doesn't matter how complex the problem is, that AI is actually very good. So if some of you, I know you're struggling with Discord, if you don't know how to get to the Discord, or it's a bit of a technical issue to get signed up, or whatever the case, you can ask that AI on docs.base.org, and it's going to explain everything to you. You can even tell me like I'm 5 years old, and it's going to change. You can tell it I'm not a developer, I'm a vibe coder, simplify it, dumb it down to me, and explain what's going on, and how do I do this, or how do I do that. It will actually tell you exactly in the way you prefer to understand. You can say, tell me step by step, what's step 1? Okay, I've finished step 1, what's step 2? It will guide you through the whole process. So yeah, so that AI is amazing on the docs.base.org on the documentation. So yeah, happy building, everybody. You can catch us again on Thursday at 1 p.m. for Builder Office Hours. If any of you guys are struggling with your migration, or you're building a new app and you're having any problems, you can always come to our office hours on Thursday. You can share your screen. We can have that conversation and help you with any technical issues. Or if you've built something and you want to show it off, come through on Thursday. We'll give you the platform, and you can showcase to the world what you're building. Okay. All right. Thank you, everyone. We'll catch you on Thursday. Thanks, Lloyd, as always.
Thanks. Awesome.
And yeah, have a good evening, everyone. Bye-bye.
BM, guys.